Hey, it's Marc again from simplifyinglife.com.au. In this video, I want to discuss a bit of a goal setting topic, something that I discuss often with my clients when it comes to how to get from A to B. Many clients that I get into my practice after we've dealt with some of the problems that are holding them back is how do I actually get to where it is that I want to be? And one of my favorite responses, because it gets them all the time, is like, I don't care really. Are you clear about what it is and why you want it? It usually gets a couple of funky faces on people, especially because I don't care, which I do, but it's beside the point. It's because they're asking the wrong question. Most people can get caught up on the how question. I know I've done a video before on the why question and how to ask the correct why question. And this one sits sort of in line with that one, with that question. Most people are, in my professional opinion, too concerned with how to do stuff. They get caught up in the operational side of things, in the practical side of things, how to get to where it is that they think they want to be. The problem is, though, that most people aren't really clear on what it is they want specifically and why they want it. And there's that why question. Now, I don't know if you remember a couple of the personal and professional development gurus from the 80s, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, you mentioned, there's plenty of them. And I think it was either, Jim Rohn was another one. I think it was Jim Rohn, but it could be one of the other boys that at one point said, if the what and the why are clear, the how is not that important. Or if the what and the why are clear, the how gets easier. Something along those lines. And it's a statement that's stuck in my mind, and I still use with clients now, even though I can't directly quote and I don't even know who it was anymore. That's beside the point. It's true though. Generally, what you first want to do before you start worrying about how do I do this is get really specifically clear on what it is that you want. Do you know the outcome? For instance, if you say, look, I'd like to feel better, great, good plan. But what is that specifically? How do you know you're feeling better? It's like, well, I'll feel it. Yeah, okay, that's a good answer. But how specifically would you feel that? What would you be doing? What would you be saying? What would you not be doing anymore? How would you behave if you were feeling better? Where would you be doing more hobbies? Would you do less binge eating, binge drinking, binge TV watching? Would you do more TV watching, perhaps? Would you hang out with friends more? Would you find a job? Would you actually enjoy the work that you're doing? What is it? So just to say, I know what I want because I want to feel better, and that's my what, often not specific enough. And you don't have to become super specific, and I'll talk about that at another stage. But it is good to have a level of specificity in the goals that you want, because then it gets easier to actually get there, to get the how question done. So the what, if the what and the why are clear, the how gets easier or is less important. What needs to be fairly clear and needs to be fairly measurable, as I would call it. You need to be able to quantify it as much as possible. I want to be lighter, great. How much by? What is your ideal weight? Or I want to be happy, awesome. But what is that? Or I want to not be depressed anymore. I want to get rid of my depression. Okay, how would you like to feel instead? Because not being depressed is really hard to do, to see. But if you weren't depressed anymore, how would you behave differently? What would you be doing differently? That we can quantify and specify. The same goes for that why question that I've been talking about before. If you know what your what is, so if you've gotten pretty clear on what it is that you want, then the next thing you want to ask yourself and answer is, why do I want this? How is this going to make my life better? And I've done a video on that one. But that why question is really important because it will give you the inspiration to do stuff and the motivation to do stuff. Inspiration and motivation, two different things. I'll talk about that in a video at some stage. But you definitely want to be inspired by your goal mostly and motivated by your goals to a very high degree, but mostly inspired. Because inspired comes from within, inspired, whereas motivated comes from the outside. It's a movement. We'll talk about that at a later stage. Once you got those two clear, the what and the why, a specific reason, or not a specific reason, but a specific thing a specific goal, something you want to reach for, and a specific reason why, then the how generally starts to sort itself out. But it's the counterintuitive, counterproductive thing that I see most people do, that they start off with the why, and with the how, and make the why and the what less important, which is shooting yourself in the foot. So the tip for today, if you are setting goals and if you want to go somewhere, achieve something, first get clear on what it is that you want, as quantifiably as possible, as measurably as possible, and come up with really good reasons why I want that, so you'll be inspired to chase that goal. Only then start to work on, how am I going to get there? What tools do I have already? What resources are at my disposal? What things can I do? What things or resources or people can I get my hands on that can help me move forward? That then becomes the right question. So remember that one of the old 80s boys probably. But if the what and the why if the what and the why are clear, the how gets easier. Now, you might have heard something on the side, and that's another video I'll make one day about my mindfulness bell. Maybe you didn't hear it, but it's there. There's another one, so a good reminder for me. Hey, that's it. If you got questions about this, feel free to email Marc, M-A-R-C, @simplifyinglife.com.au. Find me on Facebook, find me anywhere, you'll find me. Just type in my name, it'll come out. And look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a good one.